everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. And for today's topic, we're going to talk about quality cost and environmental cost management. But before we're going to go ahead and jump into the discussion, let's go ahead first and define the terminology that we're about to encounter along with our topics. So first, we have quality. So quality is referred as the degree or the grade of excellence. Therefore, it is a relative measure of goodness. The second one that we have is quality product or service. This is the one that meets or exceeds the customer expectations. And customer expectations, this relate to attributes such as the product performance, reliability, durability, and fitness for use. So let's talk about quality specification. The quality specification is a specific level of performance planned for a given quality attribute. Customer expect a quality product or service to perform according to specifications, of course. And quality of conformance. So it is a measure on how a product meets its specifications. And then defective product. So the defective product refers to the one that does not conform to specifications. And also, zero defects it means that all products conform to specification. Basically, it's about 100% quality. So, talking about the quality, guys, there are numerous quality-related activities that which consume resources that are, being determined the level of quality cost incurred by a firm. So inspecting or testing parts, for example, let's say, is an appraisal activity that has objective of detecting the bad products. So when we detect bad products and we are correcting them before they are sent to the customer, this results to less expensive than letting them to be acquired by the customer. So the objective of quality cost management is to find ways to minimize the total quality cost. So competitive forces are requiring firms to pay increasing attention to quality, and customers are demanding higher quality products and services. So improving quality may actually be the key to survival for many firms, because improving process quality in the quality of products and services is a fundamental strategic objective that is part of any well-designed balanced scorecard. So if quality is improved, then customer satisfaction increases. And if customer satisfaction increases, then the market share will increase. And if the market share increases, then revenues will increase. So thus, simply means that improving quality can enhance a firm's financial and competitive position. So defining quality cost is quality link activities are those activities being performed because the poor quality may or does exist. The cost of performing these activities are referred to as cost of quality. So let's talk about cost of quality a bit. So cost that exists because poor quality may or does exist, incurred to prevent defects or incurred as a result of defects occurring. And there are subcategories of quality-related activities. So we have first, control activities. These are performed by an organization to prevent or detect poor quality. Because going back, poor quality may exist. Then, control activities are made up of prevention and appraisal activities. So for failure activities, it is being performed by an organization or its customer in response to poor quality, because poor quality does exist. And if the response to poor quality occurs before delivery of a bad, non-conforming, unreliable, not durable, and so on product to a customer, then the activities are classified as internal failure activities. Otherwise, they are classified as external failure activities rather. So we have four categories of quality cost. The control cost, which performing control activities, also considered as the conformance cost incurred to keep defective products from falling into the hands of customers. So we have number one, prevention cost. are incurred to prevent poor quality in the products or services being produced. Because as prevention costs increase, we would expect the cost of failure to decrease. And then number two, appraisal cost. These are incurred to determine whether the products and services are conforming to the requirements or to the customer needs. So we have also failure cost, which are incurred by an organization because failure activities are performed, also considered as non-conformance costs incurred because defects are produced despite efforts to prevent them. Number three, we have internal failure costs. So these are incurred, because the products and services do not conform to specification of customer needs. So this non-conformance is detected prior to being shipped or delivered to outside parties. There are, failures detecting by appraisal activities. This cost disappear if no defects exist. So the last one is the external failure cost. These are incurred because your products and services fail to conform to requirements or satisfy customer needs after being delivered to the customer. So in general, of all the costs of quality, this category can be the most devastating. Why? Because external failure costs, like the internal failure costs, disappear if no defects exist. So I'm gonna show you guys the example of quality cost. So we have here quality engineering, okay, and quality programs, quality planning, and quality reporting, supplier evaluation and selection, quality audits, quality circles, field trials, design reviews, recruiting, marketing and research, and prototype inspection or vendor certifications. Let me just share, and this is just a personal experience of mine, how I appreciate my job in the quality department. So we are tasked to check and to monitor if there's something goes wrong with the processes. So it is in BPO. This are in the BPO industry. So we monitor if there are something wrong with the kind of services that we provide, because if we fail to do that to monitor, there might be some fraud that happens, and this violation by the client may subject to penalty, which will gonna cost the company dollars, which those funds should have been used for developments or other activities that could help the business itself maximize it's in terms of profitability. So on the other side, the appraisal cost, these are the inspection and testing of materials, packaging inspection, supervising appraisal activities, product acceptance, process acceptance, field testing, and outside certification. Continuing supplier verification, and in internal failure cost, we have scrap, pre-work, downtime due to defects, re-inspection, retesting, design changes, and repair. So this part is a bit expensive because you're gonna release another funds to cover up the defects that happened in the existing products that you had. And external failure cost, recalls or lost sales performance related, returns and allowances. This particular refers to poor quality, and this counts due to defects. We have warranties, repairs, product liability, customer dissatisfaction, lost market share, and complaint adjustment. In environmental cost, on the other side, historically, firms have been released contaminants into the atmosphere, and because of that, bearing the full cost of such kind of activities, many people believe that polluters should bear the full cost of any environmental damage caused by production of goods and services. So simply by bearing the full cost, firms may seek more eco-efficient production methods. So this is where the research method applies, where we are also considering how the business affects or the production affects the environment. So eco-efficiency. This is the ability to produce competitive price goods and services that satisfy customer needs while simultaneously reducing negative environmental impacts, resource consumptions, and cost. Means producing more goods and services using less materials, energy, water, and land. while at the same time minimizing air emission, water discharges, waste disposal, and dispersion of toxic substances. Interestingly, some initial experiences suggest that it may be possible to improve environmental quality without reducing the use of goods and services while simultaneously increasing profits. So damage to environment defined as either direct degradation of the environment, such as the emissions of solid, liquid, or the gaseous residues into the environment. Example, water contamination and air pollution. That's one of the example. Or indirect degradation, such as unnecessary usage of materials and energy. Guess we're going to talk about environmental cost, which referred to environmental quality costs that are incurred because poor environmental quality exists or may exist. So this is associated with creation, detection, remediation, and prevention of environmental degradation. There are 4 categories of environmental cost. First one that we're going to talk about is environmental prevention cost. These are the costs of activities carried out to prevent the production of contaminants or waste that could cause damage to the environment. So these are the costs of activities executed to determine if products, processes, and other activities within the firm are in compliance with appropriate environmental standards. So the third one that we have is environmental internal failure cost. So particularly, these are the costs of activities performed because of contaminants and waste have been produced but not discharged into the environment. Thus, internal failure costs are incurred to eliminate and manage contaminants or waste once produced. The fourth one is environmental external failure costs are the costs of activities performed after discharging contaminants and waste of the environment. So internal failure costs can be subdivided into realized external failure costs. So this incurred and paid by the firm. Then the second one is the unrealized external failure. This is the societal cost. Basically, this is cost by the firm but are incurred and paid for the parties outside of the firm. So societal costs can be further classified as resulting from environmental degradation, those associated with an adverse impact on the property or welfare of individuals. In either case, the costs are borne by others and not by firm, even though the firm costs them. So the 4 environmental cost categories that we have, the external field category is the most devastating. Within the external field cost category, the societal costs are labeled with an S. The costs which the firm financially responsible are called private costs. All costs without S labels are private costs. So environmental cost reduction, so it's about investing more on prevention and detection activities can bring about significant reduction in environmental failure costs. So basically, environmental costs appear to behave in much the same way as the quality cost. The lowest environmental costs are attainable at the zero damage point, much like the zero defect points of the total quality cost model. So generally, it's an efficient solution with focus on prevention with the usual justification that prevention is cheaper than cure. Analogous to the total quality management model, the zero damage is the lowest cost point of environmental cost. Well guys, that's the discussion that we have. I hope we've learned something really useful, which the 2 topics that we talked, the quality cost and environmental costs, are taught us something about knowingly or addressing the concerns that could have happened will help us save up some money in the production, because if we fail to address the futuristic problem that could happen, well, it will be another expense. But anyways, that's the end of today's topic, and thank you so much everyone. Happy learning and have a good day. Bye.